What's up guys, TGuys123HD here with It's NHL and the Channel Network bringing you the Defensive Team of the Year predictions. Disclaimer, before we start, this could be pretty inaccurate. Defensive performance is hard to judge because it's not easily quantifiable like offensive performances. When looking at offensive performance, you look at goals, assists, points. Defensive performance is a lot harder to judge just based on numbers. For this video, for our predictions, we looked at numbers like takeaways, block shots, plus minus, shorthanded goals, hits, stuff like that. And we also looked at how that player is regarded. Basically, if it's a player that's generally known as a good defensive player, we gave him a bit of an edge over a player that's not generally known as a good defensive player. Basically what I'm saying is there's not a lot of science that went into it. It was basically just guessing, and it could either be really accurate, really inaccurate, or somewhere in the middle. So just take these predictions with a grain of salt and use your own judgment as well. Also, all of the stats that I use in this video are as of March 23rd, because that's when I did all the research to find out which players we're including and which ones we're not including, and it would take probably an hour or two to go through and find all the new stats. And they really didn't change that much over a 5-day period. Let's just hop right into it then with the first forward, Mark Stone. We decided to choose Mark Stone because, just like last year, he is leading the NHL in takeaways by a significant margin. As of March 23rd, he had 88 takeaways, 45 block shots, 37 hits, and was a plus 10. Our second forward is Patrice Bergeron. Patrice Bergeron is regarded as one of the best defensive forwards in the NHL. He's always top 3 for Selke voting. This season, he has 57 takeaways, is a plus 9, has a face-off win percentage of 59.8%, and is a big part of the number 4 penalty kill in the NHL. The third forward is Jordan Staal. Staal has 50 takeaways this season, as well as 112 hits, a face-off win percentage of 59.1%, and is part of the second best penalty kill in the NHL. Starting off the second line of forwards is Ryan Getzlaf. Getzlaf has 55 takeaways and 77 block shots this season, and is part of the 5th best penalty kill in the NHL. The next forward may surprise some people, it's Matt Duchene. Duchene leads the NHL with a face-off win percentage of 62.8%. He also has 52 takeaways. And finishing off the second line is Jonathan Toews. Based on numbers alone, Toews really shouldn't make the defensive team of the year, but he's Jonathan Toews, so he probably will. The next forward is Mikko Koivu. Many people think Koivu has a legitimate shot at the Selke this season. He has 60 block shots, is a plus 25, and has a 55% face-off win percentage. The eighth forward is Ryan O'Reilly from the Buffalo Sabres. O'Reilly has 52 takeaways, 40 block shots, and a face-off win percentage of 57.9%. The final NHL forward is Filip Forsberg. Forsberg has 66 takeaways this season, 88 hits, and 3 shorthanded goals. Now, since these are so hard to predict, we figured it would probably be a good idea to give you some honorable mentions as well. So our honorable mentions are Eric Staal, Vincent Trocheck, Ryan Kesler, Anze Kopitar, Joe Thornton, and Matt Zuccarello. It's also worth mentioning that we only excluded Brad Marchand because we think he'll be on the offensive team of the year. However, EA could definitely justify putting him on the defensive team of the year instead. He could really be on either or both. Now, we're not going to guess the non-NHL players for the defensive team of the year because that would be quite literally impossible. There are so many leagues to go through, and you have to look at so many obscure stats, most of which aren't even available online for those leagues, and it would not end well. So we're just not going to do that. We're going to go straight into the NHL defensemen. The first NHL defenseman is Ryan Suter. Now, I'm going to be completely honest with you, for the defenseman, we really just went based on big name players, and Suter's no exception. Suter has 37 takeaways, is a plus 34, and averages 27 minutes and 8 seconds on the ice every game, but the real reason he's here is just because he's considered one of the best defensive defensemen in the NHL. Next to Suter is Shea Weber. Weber has 152 block shots this season, 133 hits, and is a plus 16. Starting off the second defensive pairing is Marc-Edouard Vlasic. Vlasic has 128 shots and is considered to be one of, if not the best, pure defensive defenseman in the NHL. The final NHL defenseman, we're being a bit persistent here, and we went with Jacob Slavin. Now, they probably won't pick Slavin. They'll probably go with one of the bigger name players that I'll mention in a little bit in the honorable mentions. But based just on the numbers, Slavin should absolutely make the team of the year. He leads all defensemen with 73 takeaways, he has 146 block shots, he's a plus 18 on a bad team, and he's part of the second best penalty kill in the NHL. The honorable mention defensemen are Drew Doughty, Ryan McDonough, Alec Martinez, and Mark Giordano. And now, the goaltender, Devan Dubnyk. Dubnyk is 37-18-3 this season with a .927 save percentage and a 2.17 goals against average. Assuming that Sergei Bobrovsky is saved for the offensive team of the year, the honorable mention would be Braden Holtby. Him and Dubnyk have very similar numbers, but we decided to go with Dubnyk because he's faced a lot more shots than Holtby has. And that is it for the Defensive Team of the Year predictions. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like. Be sure to check us all out in the description down below. Be sure to subscribe for Offensive Team of the Year predictions coming next week, and I will see you guys next time.